Huawei phones are one of the best selling phones in Nepal. In recent times, the company has launched budget phones like Nova 3i, Nova 4 and Nova 5 and flagship phones like Huawei P20 and P30 series in Nepal. Recently, the company has launched Nova 5 series and they have added a new phone in Nova 5 series lineup, that is Nova 5T. The new handset features the performing Kirin 980 chipset in quad camera setup. Huawei Nova 5T has recently launched in Nepal with the price tag of Rs 53,900 for 128GB variant. While it comes to the display, the IPS LCD panel is the major trade-off in the Nova 5T. While still capable, the Nova 5T's displays fall short of the vibrant and punchy OLED and AMOLED panels found in slightly higher priced phones. Colors on the LCD panel aren't as vivid, contrasts seem off in the certain profiles and blacks aren't truly black, leaving grey borders on the side. They are brighter than most OLED screens and not as much of a hard to use under direct sunlight. The Nova series has refreshed the brand and we have got a mid-summer purple unit to review. There is a Nova monogram on the glass back, which is eye-catching. The Nova monogram is embedded throughout the bag in a modern, repeating pattern, not unlike a designer handbag. On the top, there is an air blaster and active noise cancellation mic. On right, there's an intended side-mounted fingerprint scanner that also doubles as a power button. It sits below the volume rockers and works like a charm, never taking too long to unlock the phone. The bottom houses a USB-C port next to the speaker grill with no headphone jack inside, which is disappointing. There is a SIM slot at the left and no place for expandable storage. At the front, there is a large 6.26-inch display and instead of a notch, the Nova 5T sports a 4.5mm punch hole in the top left corner. The rear houses the key attraction of the Nova 5T, a highly capable quad camera setup. Positioned in a vertical array, the lens setups look a lot like one found on the P30 Pro, with 3 main lenses and flash on a single line and a tiny sensor off the side. The camera bump on the Nova 5T isn't as bad as the one found on its closely matched cousin Honor 20 Pro, though much like Honor 20 Pro, the phone rocks if you lay it flat on the table. The camera is one of the best features packed by the Nova 5T. It got an impressive and versatile quad camera setup, resembling the one found on the P30 Pro. The 4-camera setup on the back is headlined by a 48MP main sensor with optical image stabilization and laser autofocus, which is the same Sony IMX586 48MP sensor found on OnePlus 7 Pro. Accompanying that is a 16MP super wide lens with 117° FOV and 8MP telephoto lens with OIS capable of 3x lossless and 5x hybrid zoom, and lastly a 2MP macro lens with f2.4 that performs averagely. There's a 32MP selfie snapper housed in the punch hole on the front of the phone. It comes with the AI capability and software enhancement, which makes selfies look overprocessed. The AR emojis are the best things to enjoy with the front camera on the phone. When taking a photo, most of the work is done by a 48MP sensor. It's larger than the most main sensors found on the smartphone, allowing it to capture more light and color and produce high-resolution shots. The resulting shot is 12MP image, and while you can manually choose to capture 48MP photos in the camera settings, we recommend this only if the scene you are shooting is well lit. We found that the camera produces its best shot when it's shooting scenery during the day. When it comes to human subjects, the results can be little dry. Most of the times though, images are clear and bright with just the right amount of exposure to make details pop. If you don't tweak camera settings accordingly at night, then your shots can come out overexposed with washed out colors. The Nova 5T runs on EMUI 9.1 on top of Android 9.0 Pie. Recently Android 10 has released, so we hope Nova 5T gets the update as soon as possible. As for the performance, you'll get Huawei's flagship level Kirin 980 chipset, which is used in phones like P30 Pro, Mate 20X, Honor 20 and others, which means you can expect some high-end performance on this phone. For the graphics, Mali G76 MP10 GPU gets the job done. Which means you can expect some high-end performance on this phone. For the graphics, Mali G76 MP10 GPU gets the job done. The Kirin 980 is an excellent processor for mobile gaming, allowing you to play popular games like PUBG, Fortnite and Red Trigger at the highest graphic settings without losing frames or major hiccups. You can run the Huawei's proprietary GPU Turbo 3.0 feature. For that, Huawei calls enhanced gaming. It's supposed to boost chipset performance and optimize battery usage. However, it only covers a few games and the performance boosts are too marginal to be one of any notice. This comes in addition to all the nifty Android 9 features like adaptive battery usage. And yes, there's Google Apps and the Play Store pre-installed on the Nova 5T along with the usual suite of Huawei apps. Since there's no expandable storage on the Nova 5T, you will have to make to do with the 128GB internal storage, of which the system takes up 23GB, leaving you 105GB for storing pictures, videos, music and games. The UI on the Nova 5T is fluid and responsive. Navigation is a breeze with no noticeable stutters with scrolling or transitioning between apps. Icons and themes garner a more minimal aesthetic and pleasing to eye. But if the default theme doesn't catch your fancy, then there's plenty of customization available in the Huawei Themes app. Talking about the battery, in our daily use, the Nova 5T ended the day regularly with 18 to 22% charge left. Nova 5T has a 3750 mAh battery pack and has a 22.5 watt supercharger included on the box. It's not as fast as quick charging tech found on other devices like OnePlus 7 Pro or Realme X2 Pro. The Nova 5T is a mature follow-up to the Nova 4 and a decent phone that is value for money. It makes high-end features like an extensive quad camera setup and a speedy processor accessible to those with tight budgets. It can take some stunning shots, last you a day of use, and can handle powerful tasks like graphic-intensive gaming and multitasking on its large crisp screen with ease. The price point of Rs 53,900 isn't that high as compared to the value you are getting.